Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome back to the Mary D Talk Show. We're here today. Where as the tagline is, for those who know, the Mary D Talk Show. So we're always glad to have you here. This is on Monday. I'm gonna say it as I say every Monday. It's a beautiful Monday, even though it's supposed to rain right now in Southern Cal. It hasn't started yet, but that is supposed to rain. I'd like to thank you, all the live viewers. Thank you, replay viewers. Thank you all that go to YouTube and you like and subscribe. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It really does make a difference. I'd like to also, going in as many of you know, thank our sponsors for today's show. And our sponsors, and you'll see them scrolling across the bottom. Please keep the sponsors in mind as you, whether you, if you have an idea and you like intellectual property, you want to contact the Idea Club. If you are, you would like to become a nonprofit or 501c3, if you would like to create your own corporation, any of those, you can contact the Idea Club and they can help you with. The president of the Idea Club is Dumas Martin Jr. He can help you with that. If you're looking to write a book, anyone here that's looking to write a book, go to Front Page Publishing. Or you may say, well, I don't know how to write a book. I want to write a book. Still go to Front Page Publishing and contact it through Front Page Publishing. And Front Page Publishing is a publishing house that my husband and I both own. And you can either learn to write a book or publish a book. Some of you already have books. I've worked with people who have books in their garage. They're written in notebooks and they just never published. If you're one of those people, go to Front Page Publishing. You can have that. You can take care of that, as they say, in a quick second. Now, I'd also like to, many of you are aware, I go over the authors. I'll tell you why. I say this time and time again every show. One is our author. She's a young lady by her age is 89. She'll be 90 next month. And when I tell you I'm so proud of her, I don't have the words to express to her how proud I am. Her book, From the Ashes I Rise. This is her book, published through our publishing house, Front Page Publishing. You can get everyone that should get a copy of this. This is history, ladies and gentlemen. This lady is writing what she experienced during her lifetime, and it is about the history of the United States, really. And this is from a history from in the South and what was going on. And many of us don't want to believe that these things happen. They happen right here on this land, the great USA. These things did happen. You want to get a copy of this book from Dr. Mildred Dalton Henry. And it's From the Ashes I Rise. And the subtitle is Dare to Do the Impossible. That's the subtitle. You want to get that. This is another book published by our company. And the writer is Fayette Foster. This is her book. And the title of this, Why Is Little Face So Happy? It's a children's book. Some of you have ideas for children's books. I would encourage you greatly to really take the time. I know, and you may think, I want you to understand. I'm going to show you more books. They all started with an idea. That's every book that I'm going to show you. That's all of us. We all started with an idea. So if we can do it, you can do it. So go on. This is a little Faye. Here's a picture of Fayette. There you go. Hi, Fayette. I know, and I didn't show you the picture of Dr. Henry. She's on the back of her book also. There's Dr. Henry's picture on the back of her book also. Because I really encourage putting your pictures on your books. I do. I just like that. This is from our son Justin Lowe. My Cat is a Spy. This is his book. And it's a children's book. And I just quickly show you. I think I've never shown you the pictures. But I like the pictures in his book. So I like the pictures of, if you haven't already guessed, I like all the books. This is a book that I've written. It's called Saying No Nicely. And it gives you ways to say no without offending. We have this thing, we don't want to offend, especially women. I find men can say no. To me, this has been my observation. Men say no a lot easier and a lot quicker. Women say yes because they don't want to hurt people's feelings. That's my observation. You may not agree with that, but that's what I found to be true. Have you seen The Red Elephant? Another book. I wrote this one. This is on Amazon, Stuck in the Elevator, based on a true story. Me and my husband we were in Brazil. We were stuck in the elevator. This book is not available yet, so maybe I shouldn't show it to you. Well, I'll show it to you. This one is available. Peyton the Pink Whale with the Yellow Tail. Peyton is our oldest son's name. The other book, this book will be up, I believe, in the next 10 days. It's Justin Lost a Tooth. It's selling so well. So this book will be back up again. And our journals. This is a journal I wrote, the Big Black Journal. This is for sisters. It's called the Big Black Journal. It's the brand name for the journals that right now, and I have other journals. This is just called the Big Black Journal, period. That's all it's called, the Big Black Journal. This one's up too. There's one for brothers, there's one for mothers, different ones. And last but not least is this book called Save Your Home from Probate. Why this is, many of you know, I always stress this book because if you have a will and you have this book completed, believe it or not, the paperwork, it's only one sheet of paper you complete, attach it to your deed, then your home will not go to probate if you pass away. Let's say, I don't want to say if, the question is when, because we have this bad misconception that people are gonna pass away, but it's not gonna be me. Not true. So keep that in mind. If you just have a home and you have a will, or you don't have anything else, you have the home, but that's all. But you haven't done anything to protect it upon your passing. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now that I always go through my introduction first, I like to share with you. I'm gonna share with you some things. I was just a moment right before the show came on, I received some news about a beautiful, beautiful young woman that just passed away. And I am still shaken by this, to be honest with you. And I think because not only did I know her, I've spoke to her on numerous occasions. We talked. And the goal was to have one of her books published. It did not happen, and she is no longer with us. And I'm just trying to grapple with that. I think just trying to really come to terms just how fleeting life really is. I don't think we really, and I'm guilty of this just like anybody else. I think we have time. And let me just say this to all of it. I'm talking to you and I'm talking to me. We don't have time. We think time is something we don't have to be concerned with. But it really is something we have to be concerned with. We only have so much. As many of you know my story, when I retired from education, that was been over 10 years ago now. So I would encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, whatever it is you want to do, and I'm going to bring our guest on, but I'm just taking this time because this is how much it has affected me, just hearing about this loss. Whatever it is you want to do, do it. Do it. Don't leave this earth with regrets. Don't leave this earth with I woulda, coulda, shoulda. And I see people do it every day. And don't you be one of those people. I'm trying to do my best to share that with people because I don't want it to be for somebody to say, oh, I should have done this, or all those things that you cannot undo anymore. None of us can, by the way. We all only have so much time. So let me go on and take you back and introduce you to our special guest speaker today, because I'm so proud of this man. We both share a mentor that was near and dear to my heart. Dr. Margaret Hill, who's a definite friend, close friend of mine. In fact, we used to play bid whist together. For those of you know what bid whist is, a card game, and we did play that game many times together. And she was so proud of this man. So I'm going to introduce you to him, but also share, and I want him to share too, different what he's involved in the community, of how he's affecting so many lives and what he's done. It's almost like a tag team. She passed, unfortunately, but she left the legacy in his hands to keep moving on and to keep going. And he has done just that. Terrance L is the founder and CEO of Young Visionaries Youth Leadership Academy, and he's also the president of the Southern California Black Chamber of Commerce High Desert Chapter. Terrance is committed to steering young people away from the life that cost him much of his precious youth. In essence, he is allowing his life mistakes to help others discover their personal worth and true life purpose. Stone's change in heart, spirit, and action has resulted in his reaching over 150,000 at risk youth. Think about that, ladies and gentlemen. 150,000 because of his one life. That's tremendous. That is tremendous. He is also working to help youth and adults understand that God has given them everything they need to succeed. It just needs to be located and activated. I like that. Mr. Stone's organization works with students on over 35 campuses in San Bernardino, Rialto, and High Desert, as well as visit with students in juvenile hall. He has been very instrumental in diffusing conflicts between gangs. He is also aware that without jobs, young people will take on negative behavior, and for that reason, he was able to step up, or I'm sorry, he was able to set up a workforce development program which gave young people training, jobs, and reason to stay focused on their school subjects. Speaking of schools, Mr. Stone and several of his male career members started a new mob where they would visit middle and high schools at the beginning of the school day. They would stand at the entrance to the school, all decked out with suits, shirts, etc., with greeting each student and encourage them to have a good day. This has been such a success. They are doing this in San Bernardino, Adelanto, Rialto, Fontana, Moreno Valley, and Riverside. The requests are steadily coming in as their presence have changed the attitudes of many of the youth. Mr. Stone has made a presentation internationally in several states in the United States. He has had an annual gala where he raises funds to provide scholarships to his students. On the fun side, he can be seen with busloads of students at the Clippers, Lakers, Dodgers, and Angel games. His passion also includes providing food baskets for thousands of families at Thanksgiving and thousands of toys and food baskets at Christmas. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like for you to meet the one and only Terrance Stone. Are you there, Terrance?
Hey, Miss Mary, how you doing?
I am fine. I
Um,
tell you, when I read, I mean, even 150, well, the number is more than 150,000 now.
yeah,
That was what your bio, so that the numbers continue to grow.
yeah,
Continue
yeah.
to
We're
grow.
we're past that. It's hard to. We have all the data, but it's hard to just keep up with that for bio purposes and things like that. But we're out there. We're out there.
Well, I just want to first thank you for all of your hard work, Terrence, because it does not go unnoticed and it does not go unappreciated. Your dedication is goes without saying. You have dedicated your life to the youth in this really Inland Empire area.
Yes,
So
yeah.
thank you for that. But I was reading the bio. Why don't you tell us about you?
Well, first, like I said, my name is Terrance Stone. I'm president, CEO, founder actually of Young Visionaries Youth Leadership Academy. We have a physical location in San Bernardino and also a physical location in the high desert, working with kids, families, and communities. So we're out there every day doing that. Besides that, I'm a husband, a father, a grandfather. Beautiful kids, grandkids, beautiful wife, things like that. So I try to find time when I'm not working to
Yeah.
hang out with them people as well.
I take just doing all of those hats you wear just is tremendous. But what I appreciate about I want this view is that we can see, and this is only a partial example of the accolades on your wall that you have received from
Yeah.
from local government, county government, state, federal, on all different levels. In fact, didn't you just come back from Israel not too long ago?
Yes, I was invited to Israel by Israel, um, part of the African American delegation to represent the Inland Empire. So we had some wonderful people out there with us. We had a senator from Atlanta, congresswoman from um, um, Florida, also a congresswoman from Washington as well,
Wow.
a mayor out of South Carolina area. and about 3 or 4 business people from Chicago. It was Alabama. It was a great group of African American leaders that was out there with us, and it was just it was a great time.
Wow. Well, I know too, because we both are on different community organizations, and when you talk about the food baskets and the toys for kids, and just so many things that you're doing, then you mentioned too about bringing snow into the community. Was that?
Oh yeah, we had a winter wonderland this year in San Bernardino with our partners with Chic Shoes and Chic Impact Center, and so actually Adidas sponsored our snow, and so they had snow and just in a parking lot where we're building a brand new community resource center. Um, they made like a sled snow thing and just one big old giant thing where the kids can get in there and make snowballs and things like that. It
Wow.
took about a week for that stuff to melt melt down.
But you remember, some kids had never seen snow.
Oh yeah, they were super excited, and a blessing in that too. I didn't know they were going to do this, but all the kids received gloves, so so that they could dig their hands in the snow and their hands won't be cold and things like that. But a lot of those kids were their first time in the snow, seeing snow, and it was like right downtown San Bernardino. So hopefully every year we'll be able to do that for the young people in the community.
Oh, that's wonderful. I know I see, I get information from either online or something. But I get proud just seeing all the things you guys are involved in and everything like that. So that's
Thank
excellent.
you.
Well, tell me, how did you get started though, Terrence?
You know what, Young Visionaries, I started in 2001, and when I started Young Visionaries, I was just thinking of just helping kids that are involved in the streets or in gang situations, because that was my background. I was second generation gang member, was in gangs, um, actively in gangs. I count 15 years.
Oh,
um,
okay.
and so but I was actually raised in that community basically all the way from a toddler. But I just count 15 years or so of active being an active gang member. But in coming out of that, I couldn't just come out of that and go find a job someplace and leave and just go on with my life. I wanted to make sure that I can communicate to people and especially young people, to let them know that it doesn't matter your background, your situation, the community that you grew up in. You can do and be whatever you want to do and be in life. So I
Wow.
checked myself in school to actually Chaffey College first,
Okay.
and I wanted to be a sociologist. I wanted to be a youth counselor, so I took sociology, right? And at that time, I had a job driving shuttle buses at the airport in Ontario, and
Okay.
so when driving that shuttle bus, one day this white guy got on the shuttle bus, and he was a business guy. He parked his nice car over there, and then and I had to give him a ride over to his terminal.
Uh-huh.
And so he was just making conversation with me. So he was like, "Well, he'd seen my books. My books were sitting right there. So on my breaks, I can just take my break and do my homework, read my books in
Right.
sociology." And he said, "Those are those are your books down there." I said, "Yeah." All proud because I'm in school. He's like, "Well," he said, "What do what are those books for?" I said, "Well, I'm going to school taking sociology. I want to be a youth counselor." And
Hmm.
so with that, he said, "Well, that's nice. Well, you probably, don't want to really make money and do all this and that." And so he put in me that if I was to own the youth counseling company,
Yeah.
that if I didn't feel like going to work on Monday, stuff would still get done, and I'll still be, in the position that I wanted to be in. Basically, he was telling me own the business, now go to school to own the business, not to work for a business. And
Wow.
and so I went back to school and I changed my major from sociology to business, and it actually just changed it to the trajectory, changed my life. I've been say trajectory of my life basically,
Yes.
and doing the work that I'm doing now basically.
You know, and it shows you that one person, that conversation. I always see those are divine
It
interventions.
was, it was, and the thing about it, I vaguely remember what he looks like. I don't remember his name. I just remember he had a nice car. He was Caucasian, and he was business, and
Yeah.
so just in doing that, I changed, that focus kind of just changed my life. And now I have over close to 30 full-time staff that works for us here at Young Visionaries. And, they're out
Wow.
there. We just had a large staff meeting. We meet every Monday, just to try to get on one accord for that week. And so, I've had staff. We just celebrated one of our staffs, Miss Amanda. She's been with us for 10 years as a mental health specialist. Now she's one of our coordinators and things like that. And so it's been great.
That's excellent. That's excellent. We're going to go to some comments from our guests here. We have David Addington. David says, "Hello, Mary. Hope to meet you when I come in when he comes into California, roughly on the 20th through the February 12th." I hope so too, David. David is a definite supporter of the show. He's here basically every week on the first. On Monday. He said, "I'd
Yeah.
like to meet your guest too. I think I met him years ago in San Bernardino. He's David from North Carolina. I don't know if you
Oh.
remember David from North Carolina.
Well, we probably met. If not, if we have met, it'd be great to meet you again. And if not, I'll be looking forward to seeing you again.
All right. This
Yeah.
is Richard Nichols says, "Hello, Mary and Oliver." And he said, "You can do it, Mary." Richard, you need to stop. Richard, I tell you. And the next comment comes from Elaine says, "Happy New Year, Terrance, and all of your guests." Thank you, Elaine. And David, Elaine, Richard, they're here. And Charles, they're here every show. Charles says, "Hello, Mary. Looking forward to another great show. Terrance, long time no see, my brother. The last time I saw you was at an event in the Ontario airport, old admin facility." That's what he
Oh yeah, that was a while back too.
said.
Good
Then
to
we
see you,
have
Charles. Yes, sir.
Shelly Dansby. Hi, Dr. Dansby. She says, "Happy New Year, Mary and Mr. Terrance Stone," from Dr. Shelly Dansby. Hi, Shelly. And we have here Gwen String. Hi, Gwen. I hadn't seen your name. Hi, Mary and Terrance. I'm looking forward to the show today. I tell you, these are our, I'm telling when I tell you support, this wouldn't be a show without the people that you're here. It wouldn't exist. And hello, Terrance Stone. That's from Richard Nichols.
Richard, how you doing?
And then Elaine says, "Wow, Terrance, I'm thrilled to learn more of your life story. I'm so proud of you too." Wow. I can tell you. Thank you, Elaine. And Elaine, we've got to get Elaine on the show because she talks about scholarships. So
Yeah.
we got to talk about that for sure. Well, you just mentioned too, Terrance, you said you have a new facility. Well, first of all, let me just give you a hand clap with 30 full-time staff. Wow, that's impressive. That's impressive. And then you said too, you have a new facility being built. I think I saw something. Was it
Yes.
online? I saw they were building it.
Yeah, we're working on a brand new community resource center downtown San Bernardino. It's going to be incredible, um, and so we're working it in partnership as well as Chic Shoes. They have what they call the Chic Impact Center in Compton, and
Uh
so they moved out here. They put their headquarters out here in the city of San Bernardino,
huh.
and so we're gonna redo a new Chic Impact Center. So they bought a whole Stater Brothers parking lot, and so I think almost all of the stores in there are leased out already.
Uh huh.
Got in there on the ground floor, but they're going to put a basketball court in the parking lot in Compton. They have that basketball court in the parking lot, music studio for kids, um, other programs in there to edify and help our communities and things like that.
Uh
So
huh.
so I think it's going to be a great partnership with Chic Shoes. We
Okay.
also started a brand new mentoring program with Chic Shoes called the Spread Your Wings program. So this program is going to be incredible. Incredible. They're building a brand new computer lab as well for that facility. So we're going to bring kids in here from San Bernardino County Superintendent of Schools,
Whew.
um, and just work with those kids on job shadowing, things like that. So within that, they'll be able to meet with everyone from Chic Shoes, from the CEO
Uh
all
huh.
the way down to the different, even the person that designs the tennis shoes and things like that. So it's going to be incredible. And we're bringing in other speakers, presidents of banks, and other things so that they can see success. One of my mentors, good friend Reggie Webb, he always told me that you can't hit a target that you can't see. So we're going to bring those kids in
Wow.
there that are at risk and just put those targets in front of them so that they can see success,
Mm-hmm.
people of color that looks like them, and be able to hopefully emulate that. Um, and
Wow.
I think
I love it.
that's one of the things. I think when black folks, because we black right here, I can talk. Uh, when we get when we get to a certain level of success, like we don't
Hmm.
go back to the community. Other
That's true.
communities go back to the community, or they'll take their community with them. So even when I go in a juvenile detention center every
Mhm.
Friday, sometimes I wear Jordans and a baseball cap, but I love to show up in suits as well, though, too, just so that they can see and let them know that there's nothing wrong with wearing suits. I've taught
Right.
thousands and thousands of kids just to tie ties, and these are kids that are in their late teens and early 20s, and no male that looks like them has took the time just to help
Yeah.
them just to tie a tie.
Yeah.
And I didn't learn to tie a tie till I was in my mid 30s. And so
Wow.
and I was by Pastor KT Moreland out of Worship and Truth, Church of God in Christ, taught me to tie a tie in the four-way of his church because I had my tie just hanging like a scarf around
Right.
my neck. And he asked me why. I was like, I don't know how to tie this thing. I've worn it.
Oh.
Everybody else have one. And
But
so
yeah, if nobody taught you, how would you know?
yeah, exactly. Well, that's the key too. If nobody taught you, how would you know? So we have to go back and be able to to help these young people and teach them things that they really need to know and be consistent and persistent in it. Because one thing you can say about the streets, they're there, but the streets are consistent and
And
persistent,
persistent. Yep.
leading our kids in the wrong direction. So we have to be out there just as resilient and committed as the streets are to our young people. And so that's one of the things that Young Visionaries is here to do.
Wow, I can tell you, like I said, I'm giving you a hand because I know I've worked with, still do, but teaching over 30 years in education, and it was predominantly at the high school. I taught the middle school and the high school. There's something about that age group. I cannot describe it. I don't know what it is or where my attraction is, but something about those teenagers that I just love. I just love that age group. And as I mentioned to you earlier, I definitely would like to be a speaker when you have your speakers come out, to share with them, to write down their stories. And they don't even realize how powerful it is that the stories that they think that nobody will want to read it. I've heard people say that. Well, who will
Yeah,
want to read it? And I keep saying, I think to myself, well, they can't read it unless you write it. You have to first write it, and then we go from there. Because even your story there's a book in there. There is a book in
yeah.
your story alone because
I,
you're affecting
I'm
so many
working on it. I'm working on it.
people. Okay.
Yeah, I have about 150 pages right now.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, good, good, good. Well, we definitely have to talk. So now I know when is the new center due to open? Do you have an open date?
We're gonna have a grand opening and a walkthrough. I know it's not 100% up and ready to go, but
Right.
January 21st at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Oh,
Yeah, we're
that's
gonna
right
have a
around the corner.
that is around the corner, and we chose that day as well too because we're having a all about the Children's Day in
Okay.
honor of Dr. Margaret Hill, and so
Mhm.
that event starts at 11. So before we start that event in the parking lot that we're going to be in, we want to um, open up the doors and things like that, and just show people like what we're working on. So we're still looking for furniture and things so we can furnish it. I'm not going to put up a brand new facility inside and throw
Mhm.
some raggedy furniture in there.
Yes.
So it's going to be a nice facility for the kids, for our staff, for our team, so that they
Right.
can go in there and just be. It's going to be a community resource center. We're going to be doing
Wow.
conflict resolution and cognitive life skills and anger management and workforce development programs and things like that for the community. It's going to be awesome.
Now you said it's gonna be is there you said studio inside also? Is it
But not in ours. Not in ours. I had a studio years back in the city of San Bernardino. It was a nice, beautiful music studio, and
Mhm.
so we have other programs that's really doing that. So actually,
Okay.
one of my good friends, he has a great program, Chords. Um, we put all our music studio stuff
Okay.
with my man Edwin Johnson, and he's did way more than I can do with those kids and that equipment.
Oh.
But
All right.
In Compton, they have the music studio, so they might or
Okay.
might not bring that out here.
Okay. Okay. That's because I know with everything going on with social media now, being able to have a talk show or have a podcast
Yeah,
and at no cost. That's the amazing thing about all of this is that you can do all these things and they don't cost other than I say, well, let me just say, no cost or low cost. You still
Yeah.
have to have help. You still have to have other things, and you still have to advertise all those things that go on. But it's still getting the word out. So if you send me your flyer, I will definitely send it out through our email system and let as many people as possible know. But I had no idea that you're having it this month. I mean, I was thinking you're gonna
Yeah.
say 6 months from now.
Oh no, we moving. We're in there. It was the building. I think it used to be a Chase Bank, and
Okay,
so the whole building was empty. So we had to build walls and everything. Put in, you know, with that electrical outlets and making sure all the all the safety violate or the
right.
safety procedures is good. The wheelchair accessible and
Okay.
things like that. But when it's done, it's gonna be beautiful.
Well, congratulations,
Thank
congratulations
you.
on that, for sure, for sure. I know. Now, do you? I know with the Christmas, the baskets for Thanksgiving, and then there's the toys for Christmas, and
Yeah.
what other I don't know if it's giveaways for the community and helping the other than because you already do something really every day with the center.
Yeah,
How
we do a lot of community engagement and critical
you do
community engagement
you do
events as well. So throughout the year, I'll just kind of recap 2022.
okay?
Going back to school. We had a going back to school event. If I can remember all of the events, I'm
Yeah,
trying to think of it. We did around 10,000 backpacks. So we
I
did
remember.
5,000 in the high desert and 5,000 in the East Valley area. And then we had a large harvest fest. We had about 400 families come out and sign up for that. And then in collaboration with Community Action Partnership, one of our great main partners,
Hmm.
we did 1,000 turkeys here in San Bernardino. And then after that, probably a few thousand kids signed up for our Winter Wonderland event downtown San Bernardino. But we
Wow.
also did like Easter events and
Hmm.
events, Mother's Day events. We had a
Yep.
Mother's Day brunch in the high desert for mothers, so so all the mothers got free lunch and flowers and
Wow.
giveaways and free clothes and things like that as well. Though too, um, we do quite a few events. One of the things that my staff is really good at is helping to put together large community outreach and engagement events. We got really good at crowd control and one of the things I always give them a little speech and let them know that because sometimes our lines are literally wrapped around the corner. So I tell them that you don't know what these people or parents or mothers or fathers or aunties or whoever's in line for somebody else or for themselves have been through just for them to
Yep.
come and just stand in this line.
Yep.
Um, and one of the complaints we get really is it's like the line is too long. I'm like, well, we can't help that.
Right. Right.
Who will show up, but that's good if that's the only complaint that you're getting at events like that.
Wow. That is good. That is good.
Yeah, people are waiting in line for hours, literally. But we got really good at our community engagement, and also too, just our vendor locations are free, so it's giving all of our other community based organizations really just access to thousands of people that they haven't had access to as
Wow.
well.
Well, what if someone went to contact? They're interested in becoming either donating or maybe getting involved. I think we mentioned a mentorship or anything like that. How would they get in contact with you? And I'm going to put the number here so it'll come. What is there a number or email? How would they
Yeah,
contact
they can call us at 909
you? Hmm.
723 1695. That's our office. Or we also have a Facebook. You can see what we have going on our Facebook, Young Visionaries Youth Leadership Academy, or just go to our website. That it's yvyla-ie.org.
Why? You're going too fast for me now, Terrance.
Yeah, YLA
YVYLA
dash
dash
IE
IE
dot org.
.org. Let's see. You tell me if I got that correctly. Hold on, I'll put it up. Here we go. Is that right?
Yeah, www.yvyla-ie.org.
Okay, let me change, make it a WW. Will they let me do that? I have to go back and retype it. That's
Yeah,
okay, but I'll redo it. www.yvyla
yeah. And
dash IE .org.
Yeah, if they put that in there, we should pop up, and just from there, just find our contact information and just reach out to us. But we're most definitely always looking for people to collaborate with. You know, teamwork makes a dream work, and so we're definitely out there in the community. Actually, we have a event this week. Every week every other week in the city of San Bernardino with our gang and events prevention program or our
Mm-hmm.
intervention prevention program. We're gonna go into um, 24 at-risk communities that's high crime, high gang involved, high drug trafficking, human trafficking, and things like that. And we're gonna outreach for 2 weeks in there, and then have a VIP day when we go in there and just network with that particular community, talk to people, and see what kind of resources do they need, and also how can we get those resources to you.
All right. Well, this is definitely appreciated because I know um, there are some other comments I want to make sure I get to, but I want to, if they had, if anyone wanted to get in touch with you, we have Oliver Welch. Oliver is the executive producer for this show, and he says, "Hi, Terrance. Thank you for joining the show. Looking forward to a great one, and with the things you are doing in the community. Thank you, babe." And then we have David Addington. David says, what is that January date for the San Bernardino opening again?
January 21st, David, at 10 o'clock in the morning, 604 West 4th Street.
604 West 4th. Let's see, Street.
West 4th
Okay.
Street. Yeah,
Okay.
downtown San Bernardino. We're right across the street from the movie theater and right across the street from the Carousel Mall, downtown.
Okay. West, and it's at 10 o'clock a.m.
Yeah, that's where we'll start. That's where we'll do like a grand opening and a kind of walk through the facility. And
Okay.
then right after that, at 11 o'clock, we're going to get right into our All About the Children's Day. Right now, we have almost 700 kids signed up. So they're going to get free toys, free clothes, boxes of food, books. I think we have backpacks and things like that as well. It's going to be awesome.
Wow. And I just put up again, Charles. This is the location. Those of you, and he's going with those of you that are on the email list, you'll get the email because I will email that out to you. And that's just, is that 2 weeks? Less
Yeah,
than about 10
first.
days.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'll definitely email that out to you, those of you that are on the email list. If you're not on the email list, you can go to marydwelch.com, and I'll put that in the chat, marydwelch.com, and then sign up and get on the email list. And and then David said he's going to try and be there.
I appreciate you. We'll look for you. Come say hi.
I tell you, and David means it. He says he's coming, he'll be there. And then Gwen says, I don't. She said, I don't need the web. You said I don't need the www. It takes you directly to the site. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. You don't need it. Got it. Okay. Thank you. I just put it there, but thanks, Gwen. So those of you that want to go to the site, if you like to donate, find out what's going on. When I tell you Terrance has something going on, I don't think there's a week that we've had a meeting that Terrance didn't have something to contribute. It's always something positive in the community that he's doing. So thank you for all that, Terrance. And it says, thank you all, Frankie. Hi, Frankie. It says valuable information. And it is because unfortunately we see the negative that's going on in our society, but all of the positive things that they're doing with young visionaries, why is it that we don't hear about that in the news?
I say that all the time. I say if something happened out here, the news will be there. News vans will be out here immediately. But when we're out there and we're giving out thousands of backpacks or thousands of toys and bringing snow
Yeah.
out to the community and things like that, But I'm not complaining about press because like if I look at this wall over here, we have we're Googleable. We have probably hundreds of hits in media and things like that. But some of our events, I've been wondering, like, where's the news people at? But if
Right.
something negative happens in our inner city communities, his news vans wrapped around the corner. So we've got to figure out how to get more positive press to the Inland Empire, basically.
And it's so needed. And unfortunately, our society feeds off of negativity. We will be, if something negative comes on, what do you do? Turn the TV on. Let's see what's. But if something positive is going on, like you said, we don't always get that information. We
Yeah.
don't always see that news for some reason. I can't tell you what it is, but that's the case. But I know too, as you go on and the different, what is the future looking like for young visionaries?
Well, we are working on our data collection. We're trying to perfect just bringing in the data of the good work that my staff and my team is doing out there. So we're doing that basically right now, and also expansion. We're getting requests to in a whole bunch of different places. We just started a program in Compton as well. So we have staff out in Compton right now. We've had requests to be in Atlanta, Nevada, Texas,
Wow.
and things like that. So it's just figuring out how to smartly um,
Yeah.
expand, basically, so that we still.
Oh, well, I mean, gentlemen. For some reason, I know this you saying as he'll pop right back in, but I want to take this time since we have a minute to let you all know too, as Terrance will be coming back in, that if you like to be on, then first of all, the good comment from Richard. Ask Terrance how do you get involved with Dr. Hill. Okay, I'll do that, and if you like to be a guest on the show, I'm going to put the email in. You send your email to the you apply to this email and you can become a guest on the Mary D show. Here you go. There you are, Terrance.
There you go. I don't know what happened. It's just like, oops. He said, oops.
And I don't either. It happened to me last week, so don't feel bad.
It's all right. But
So,
I heard the question with Dr. Hill.
yes.
I actually first met Dr. Hill. I was getting I'm trying to figure out where it is. It's somewhere around here.
Uh-huh.
'Cause we have around 300 awards and things. But
Wow.
I think I was getting a Trailblazer award from a sorority at Cal State. I think probably like in 2002 or something like that.
Right.
And Dr. Hill was there. I think she was getting an award that same day, and she was in there and just kind of like Dr. Hill's little walk, just going up in there, and I met her like that day. We was getting a Trailblazer award, but we haven't trailblazed anything. I was trying to figure out what to do, but I was honored to be there,
Right.
and so I met her at Cal State San Bernardino at an award ceremony. And she was so just she gave me one of those hugs that just it just melts your whole body
Oh.
hug, and so we've just been kind of closer ever since. She's turned into like more of a mother figure to me. I was blessed to have to spend the amount of time that I did
Yeah.
with Dr. Hill, and just
Oh,
had to go pick her up and take her to church, and all kinds of
yeah.
little things, and just go eat at her favorite restaurants. And y'all don't know, Dr. Hill used to love to eat. She'll tear some crab legs up, shrimp and stuff like that, some lobsters. Worked
Yeah.
at a steakhouse and things. But I met her at an award ceremony.
Wow. But we would do breakfast. So
Yeah,
I would be, I would need, Dr. She'll call me up and she goes, are you busy? And I go, no. Let's go to breakfast. And I'm like, okay.
yeah, she loved to eat. She was like, they just opened up a new restaurant. Let's go try it.
And you talking about somebody who is truly, truly missed. Is
Yeah,
Dr.
yeah,
She's
she is incredible. I have a little Margaret Hill shrine on my desk over here
wow.
with her pictures and some purple flowers because she loved purple. It's
Mm-hmm.
her favorite
Mm-hmm.
color, things like that.
Yeah, she's definitely somebody that the community. It was a huge loss in our community when she
Yeah,
passed.
yeah. We've had quite a few of them,
Yeah,
some incredible people that have just passed away within the last 4 to 5 years. But the thing is I think we spoke on it earlier. It's just legacy. It's just it's just training our young people up, and not letting them get comfortable. I think that's one of our problems,
yeah,
is that the generation under us is comfortable because we fought so hard to open up doors for them, and things
right.
like that, and so they just breezing on through, with no
Yeah,
scars, and nothing. We got bruises and scars, and
yeah,
we limping, trying to get through the door. We did all that fighting so that they
yeah.
could get through the door. So they just,
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, it's a breeze, and they just walking on through there, but not understanding the struggle you
Yeah.
know, it took to even get through those doors. Even if they didn't open the doors, and we had to jump through a window or something, they don't
Yeah.
understand that. So they just feel like everything should be open for them and easy and things like that when it
No.
shouldn't. They should still be able to. And what that does too, it the next generation after them, it's gonna hopefully doesn't make them a lazy generation because their parents has didn't have to push through doors and push to make stuff happen and things like that. So they're just teaching them that like no, just go in there. Everything will be okay. I'm like it's not. You
But
know.
that's what we were speaking earlier with Alton Garrett was really trying to emphasize. Don't get lazy. Don't get, complacent. This is not the time to do it. There was never a time to do it, but definitely isn't now. And that we have to be more community and more active in what's going on in society. And I agree with you that, and I'm guilty of this. I didn't want my children to have to go through everything I went through, but not realizing that's what makes us who we are.
Yeah,
So it's not easy. It's not an easy road. It's a delicate balance. That's the best way I can describe it
yeah.
between the two. So
And
just know that um, it doesn't end. That's the best way I can say it. It does not end. And we have a couple other comments here. Let me see.
I was
Uh,
wondering if some questions. I want some questions. Some people that's on there. There we go, Mr. Lane.
okay. I may not be able to be to I may not be able to physically come out anymore to volunteer with Terrance, but when I did, it was so much fun and rewarding to help. I can still donate though. You sure
Yeah.
can. I'm sure they would love to have your donation. So,
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, we know we need them donations. I'm buying a whole bunch of furniture right now.
and he says, keep up the good fight. This is from Xavier Palmer. And Xavier
Yes.
was a guest on the show a few weeks ago. He said, keep up the good fight, Terrance. Our youth needs you. Also, Tabor says hello.
Yeah, Tabor. Yeah,
Oh,
I just
Tabor.
talked to
Okay.
Xavier this morning. We were communicating through text messages and things like that. I appreciate you, sir.
All right. And Elaine says, Dr. Margaret V. Hill taught us well how to be out in this community and do the work.
Oh yeah, yeah,
She didn't. I mean, that is, like I said, between her and so many community leaders. I'll mention Lois Carson. Unfortunately, she has passed on also. So that mentored me, that affected my life in so many different ways. So thank you for that, Elaine. I wanted to make sure I got those comments in. I know too, Terrance, you said how many children and grandchildren do you have?
ha, about five,
You said how many?
probably about five of each now. Shoot.
Do you look too young to have that many children and
Oh no,
grandchildren?
I shaved my gray off this morning.
Okay.
I went all gray this weekend.
Okay.
Shaved it off. I
You
shaved
don't
it
look it.
this
You do
morning.
not
So
look old enough to have
I'm
even
52.
grandkids. No.
I'll be 53 this year, so I'm up
Oh
there.
my God. You
Yeah,
don't look it at
yeah,
all.
black don't crack. Let me tell you that. But
Do people think you're 30? Do they think you're 30 something really? To be honest.
no, well, Caucasian people, white people do, but I'm in my black people know I'm old. Yeah,
No,
but
you are not. You're
but
young. Yeah. So
But
go
with
ahead.
that, what they were saying, yeah, we really do it. It's just about just being out there. I think we have to be more present, and not scared of our younger generation. It's so many communities that we go into and we're sitting around a table with people and we say, okay, we're about to go into this community and work with this community over here. And people are like, oh no, don't go over there. It's just we have to stop doing that and do go over there. I
Right.
think the problem with us not being over there is that they don't like see us. You know what I mean? They don't
Right.
see
Right.
success or whatever that looks like to them, and a lot of those communities just feel really just forgot about basically, and
Right.
so
Right.
we have to get into the habit of still going back into some of those communities. You don't have to spend every day in there, or probably just setting something up. That's why we made it a point this year to go into. We sat down with our team and we said, okay, let's identify 30 high risk communities
Right.
just in the city of San Bernardino and the surrounding cities. So that's Highland, Colton, Rialto as well. And
Right.
um, And so they had a list of 30 communities that people do not want to go into.
Wow.
We broke that list down to 24. So we said, okay, each month we're going to hit two of these communities. We're going to do a whole week, about a week and a half of outreach. We're going to go in there and bring out a food truck or something and just kind of just hang out with them and free food and things
Right.
like that, and some giveaways and probably one of those gaming trucks. Someone was speaking about as well. And so we're going to do that in 24 communities in the city of San Bernardino, Rialto, Colton, and Highland. I
Right.
think we're in Highland today, basically. And
Okay.
so, and then next week we're going to be probably on the west side of San Bernardino. Then we're going to hit back over the east side of San Bernardino and things like that. But the goal is to so that they can see us. They can
Wow.
see us, know that we're out here, know that somebody's cares for, and also too, what resources do you guys need? You know, and also how can we help you get the resource and not us
Right.
getting the resource, but how can we help you ascertain those resources so that you can utilize them basically, because
Right.
a lot
Right.
of people
Right.
don't know what they have out there, so they
Mhm.
just don't worry about it basically, or
Right.
just deal with it because they don't have that resource for it. So we want to make sure that we get out there in the community,
Uh huh.
give people resources and things
Right.
like that. So that's one of our goals. So
Right.
within that, we probably will reach thousands of people through our
You will.
this
You
intervention program in direct contact with these people in the communities.
just like you said with the numbers that you have now, they're literally staggering of what you've been able to do. It's really just to like you said, reach out to the community, to this, and you're utilizing the school districts. You are, I mean, all the formula is there, but I think what I see with Young Visionaries, you're utilizing what's already there and then building upon that and saying
Yeah,
we're reaching out to sometimes to areas wherever that people, like you said, they're afraid to go in those areas.
yeah,
So
yeah,
if you're afraid to go in there, what is that? Who is going in there then? If you think about it, that
yeah,
means nobody was going in there before you guys went in.
yeah.
And
And
so,
two,
so
the problem with that is that the areas that they're afraid to go in, the people look like us. You know what I mean? So we're scared to go in there to talk to, you know, our own people just to see like some of the needs. You know what I mean? So we're going to be going in there. We have some partner organizations that's
right,
fantastic as well in the community, and
right,
so they're actually out there right now, in that community, talking to people and just networking and things
right.
like that. So I think it's gonna go well. We've got them all like safety vests, and you probably can't see them.
Uh,
These are like the little packages that came in as well, though. Too. I don't want to go get the whole vest
okay.
over there, but they got their safety vests on
Uh,
so that people can see them and so we're not looking like random people walking through the community.
right.
Have their bright vests on and say VIP in the back for
Uh,
violence intervention prevention program, or just very important people to us.
right. Right.
You order us, so that's what we're doing right
Wow.
now. One of our main projects, besides the mentoring, we have a great mental health program as well too.
Wow.
Um, Working with hundreds of kids throughout the high desert, Rialto, San Bernardino area as well.
Right.
Um, and
It,
also a
it's,
workforce development program.
well, I
Actually,
can tell you,
we
with
just sent out our workforce development. We have 100 people signed up right now for our forklift program. Um,
wow.
when it's packed like that, I hope everybody don't show up because we really don't have enough room for 100 people.
Right.
But the list built up in like 3 days of 100 people in the community that want a free forklift program.
Wow. Well, I'm just like, I'm in awe. I knew that some of the things you were doing, but a lot of this I'm still hearing. It's like, wow. Well, let me ask you this, or let me say this. I know we're getting near the program, but do you have any final words for our audience today?
Um, Yeah, I just want to first also I want to say thank you, Miss Mary, for just having me. It's been a long time trying to coordinate this
I know.
situation. I appreciate you and everyone else. Just I appreciate you as well. And I just want to say that whatever you can do out there, do it. Like whatever you do, somebody needs that. So go out there and just be approachable,
Yeah.
um, and be accessible. To the community that looks like you as well.
Well, I can tell you, I, I, the words proud don't begin to say how much you really appreciate everything that you're doing because you are changing lives in our community. You are changing, to be honest with you, changing our community by your work. And I know, and it's the kind of work nobody can ever pay you for this. I don't, there's no amount of money because there's so many people that lives are going to be, they're going to be changed because of, like you said, helping people to get jobs, helping with mental illness on whatever level that they need to help, or just outreaching to the community and say, we care about you and we are here for you. What can we do? Just that, those things are just paramount because a lot of people think nobody cares. We have, unfortunately, we're known, as you know, um, suicide is up in our
Yeah.
communities. Things that can are preventable. This is a preventable thing. But if there's not organizations like yourself that's saying, take my hand, we're here for you. What do you need? What can we help you with? Then we're going to see more of that until we can make a difference. And you're making such a difference in our community. I can't wait. I put it down. I'm trying to make sure it's on my calendar to try to be there on the 20, on the 21st because I would like when you have that grand opening, like you said, it's a walkthrough, but it gives people a taste of what's coming
Yeah.
day. So we're going to let Annette, just to reiterate, on January 21st, you can come to the, let me go ahead and put this up. It's considered a grand opening. I don't know.
Yeah, kind of like an open house. It's an open house.
Okay, so open house, and I'm putting this up. It says to Mr. Stone, I'm considering federal political office. What would you like to see being done at the federal level to help children, youth, and families?
Oh, you know what? More resources, basically. If you go through, yes, you can. That's the lane. If you go through our parks, our thing, our parks. When I was young, we had parks and recreations. We you go there and play caroms and cards and things like that. I don't really see that anymore. So I think that's one of the things. If you look at a healthy community,
Hmm.
most healthy communities that you go through have healthy green spaces where people can go to and
Hmm.
be there together, basically in a safe space at that.
Okay, we also have Dr. Dansby said, great work, Terrance. I would like to volunteer for Young Visionaries. Wherever you need me to support, I cannot attend your January 21st event, but let me know how I can help. And I do know Dr. Dansby personally, so I will make sure she gets that information.
Thank you.
And we have Gwendolyn Stream. She said, Terrance, you are doing great work. I'm proud of you too. God
Thank you.
bless. All right. We want to thank Terrance for being here today because also we're down to like 2 minutes. So thank you again, Terrance. You don't have to leave, just you can stay right there. But I want to tell everyone we will not be on next Monday in honor of Martin Luther King. I was torn going back and forth, but I realized that's my way of honoring Dr. Martin Luther King. I will be between my husband and I, we have different events we're going to be attending and that kind of thing. So that gives us the opportunity to do that. But we do want to celebrate. A week from today is Dr. Martin Luther King, the celebration of his birthday. The actual birthday is the 15th, but we're celebrating on the 16th. So those of you that would like to attend any type of function, but we'll be back the week after that. And those of you, as I mentioned before, if you're interested in being on the show, you can go to type or go send an email to um, I could say, well, I say Delano Law, that's the best one to send it to. Or Mary at First Book Academy, you can send it there, Mary at firstbookacademy.com, and let me know that you're interested in being a guest on the show. Again, I'd like to thank Terrance Stone. I'm going to give you a bravo, bravo, and thank you for all of your hard work because it is so appreciated. I cannot begin to tell you. So thank you again for being on the show. Gwen has give a comment, Gwen. Oh, that was it. I wanted to make sure I got all the comments in. So thank you, everyone. We really do appreciate each and every one of you. We'll be back in 2 weeks, not 1 week. And I look forward to seeing you. Please tell your friends, your family. I do appreciate it. Don't forget to go to YouTube and like and subscribe. God bless each and every one of you, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everybody. Let's see.